and thank you so much for watching Just Designed. Today I have kind of a fun video for model horse collectors. So if you're not a model horse collector, you may not find this video very entertaining because I'm only going to be talking about plastic ponies today. I wanted to make a video of if money was not a problem and if finding these models was not an issue, what models would I have in my collection? I've narrowed it down to 20 models and I'm going to stick at that number because I have quite the collection, my guys, and I am running out of space. Obviously it's not huge, it's not something that like big model horse collectors have. I think my collection is decently sized, but not outrageous. I'm very picky when it comes to Breyers just because of financial means. But if I didn't have financial means, let's say I'm rich, okay, I wouldn't be working here first of all, but if I was rich, what models would I have in my collection? I'm so glad you asked because that is what today's video is about. And so I went through Identify Your Breyer and I looked at all of the horses. Decided on these 20 models that I would have in my collection. So let's start off with number 20. Strapless model, and she was made by Summer Proser. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names of these sculptors and artists, guys. Really bad at names. So yeah, so Summer made the strapless mold. She sculpted it, and so they made an Anatomy in Motion. And the Anatomy in Motion horse was made from 2005 to 2008. It's a regular run model, and I can find on the internet right now, in order to purchase this model, you would have to have $200 or more to be able to find this model just because it's in such high demand. So many people really like this model for multiple reasons. I personally want this model just because I like the concept of having an anatomy horse in your collection, especially on a Breyer model for customizers. It is really nice to see the proportions of a model. Also, I'm an artist, so I specialize in horses and that sort of thing, so I like that idea of having like an anatomy model in my collection. So yeah, do I think the price point is worth it? No, and let me justify this. I really don't think that the Anatomy in Motion horse should be this much money, just because it's not like the best Breyer model I've ever seen. For $200, I could get a very nice model that is like really pretty with a lot of nice coloring on it, and some premier models go for that. So like the next horse I have on my list is a glossy Nakota horse, and the reason I wanted a glossy version is because kid me has always wanted a Nakota horse in my collection, and adult me has never gotten the satisfaction of getting a Nakota in my collection. And because this is a what if I had no money, like no budget scenario video, I really think that having a glossy Nakota would look really nice in my collection. But also I just have a soft spot for this horse in my heart, just because when I was younger I really loved this model, and so I never got it. So adult me would really love having a glossy variation. I couldn't find any prices on this particular model just because it's so rare. There's only 13 of them made, and it was made in 2007 for Breyer West. It was a prize model, so I doubt the people who have the glossy Nakotas would want to part with them. So yeah, I put the price mark as $1,000 plus easy, just because horses that are rare go for a lot of money, and you're not going to be paying anything under $1,000 for a model that is that rare. The next horse that I have is on the Othello mold / Winter Song mold, and also by Kathleen Moody. FAV Grand Design or Tilly 711624. I really want this horse in my collection because I met Tilly and I really think she's beautiful in real life. Tilly has this amazing, like, supermodel-esque version of her, and I got to meet her at Breyers both in 2023 and 2024. She was a model made in 2023, and there's only 2,500 made of her, and the original asking price they were wanting for her was $75. I can't see her going for anything other than $180 plus. That is the cheapest price I've seen. Would I buy her? Maybe if I found her for a cheaper price. I think I would. All right. The next horse I have is on the Arabian Mare mold by Kathleen Moody. She is As Just a Dream, the glossy variation. I want As Just a Dream, just kind of like the same thing with the Nakota mold. As Just a Dream was a childhood horse I really wanted but never got. And I just think she's adorable. Like, I love her face and I love her chestnut coloring. I think she is just the cutest little mare. And I love Arabians too, so I really want her in my collection. She ran from 2009 to 2011, was a Breyers prize model for the glossy variation. There was 37 of her made, and I don't see her going for anything under than $1,000 once again. I did not see anybody selling her at the current moment, so I can't give you an accurate price. I just know that she would be going for much more than $1,000 most likely. She's really pretty, and I probably will get a matte variation at some point. The next horse I have on my list is Rain. And the only reason that I put Rain so high is, and I wouldn't really say I put her high, but higher up on this list, is because it is a more sought out model for me. I've been looking for Rain for a really, really long time. Just the matte variation. I really want her for my Spirit. I'm a huge Spirit Stallion Cimarron fan. I have a tattoo. I want Rain in my collection, but right now I have not seen her going for anything under $250. I just don't have the budget for that right now, so I can't really justify that right now. Maybe if I go to Breyers this year and I see her for cheaper, then I will pick her up. But like if I find her at the Clarion or something, Rain is just one of those models I've wanted since I was a kid, and to think about having her in my collection is, yes, I really want Rain in my collection. Very high ISO. I really don't care what condition she's in. My Spirit is not in the greatest condition either, so I just want them for model's sake. I don't want to show them or anything like that. I just want them in my collection. So is on the Cantering Mustang Mare mold, which is a new mold made in 2024 this year. It has not come out yet from my understanding. It's from the Premier Club, and that would be Tiger Lily and Firestorm. That's technically two models, but really I only want Tiger Lily. The baby is cute, but not really my gig. They come together though, so I would take both of them. But right now they're standing at $350 or more. So she was made by Raven Maddock, and I mean, this mold is absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot wait for them to come out with other horses on this mold, because I just think that it looks out of this world. I mean, it's definitely a premier model, and it is definitely worth the $350 price point. Would I buy it? Maybe if they come out with more and they're a little cheaper, yes. But I don't think I would buy I mean, for $350 for a mare and full set, that's actually not too bad. But for just the mare by herself, I'd probably go the highest to 250, 275. But yeah, it's a little bit out of my price range right now. But again, this is if I was rich. Would I have her? Yes, I would have her in my collection. Next horse, I put him lower on the board just because I know I would never have this horse in my collection. But if I did, and if I was rich, there was only one made of this horse. It was an auction horse, and it was a rainbow decorator. It was the American Saddlebred Stallion with rainbow pinto and gold mapping. Now, is it actual real gold in his mapping? I don't think so. But because this model sold at auction for $10,000. Now, considering that this is only a one of one model, this is exactly what I was talking about, where models get really expensive. But I wonder if they actually put real gold in the mapping. Now, but I don't think they did. I think it's just gold paint. But if there really is real gold in the mapping, this horse probably would have sold for a lot more. At a live auction. So yeah, that's the American Saddlebred Stallion Rainbow Decorator. He's very, very, very pretty. But yeah, I could never afford a $10,000 model. I'm sorry. If I could afford anything that was $10,000, I would be well better off. The next horse I have is on the Andalusian Stallion mold. And it is by Kathleen Moody. And it is Prism. 2019, a rainbow decorator, $3,500 made. Can't see him going for anything under $200. So Prism is on the Andalusian Stallion mold. And I have a soft spot for the Andalusian Stallion mold because when I was younger, I made a whole web series called Trotting Dead. And one of the main horses that was in it was an Andalusian Stallion. Now, at some point, I probably will end up purchasing him just because he is adorable and he's very pride looking. Love that. I love rainbow horses. I think they're really cute. The next horse I have on my list is the Cleveland Bay mold. The Cleveland Bay mold. I love the Cleveland Bay mold. I think it might be one of my favorite molds, and I have quite a few horses on it already. I conga the mold at the moment, and this one is adorable. His name is Patty. He's by Karen Holt, and his number is 712066. He was made in 2012, and he was part of a collector club web special. There's only 222 of him made, and he does not go for anything under than $400. Yeah, I really, really want a Patty in my collection. I'm manifesting it now. I shall have a Patty in my collection. I don't know what it is. The fact that he's shaved down in like this really nice, adorable Irish pattern for St. Patrick's Day is just adorable. I really love this horse, and I probably would justify spending over $400 for this horse because I'm obsessed. I love him, but I probably will never have him, unfortunately. But I do love Patty. Patty is just freaking adorable. Look at his face. Look at his little freaking face. I love him. I probably should have put him higher on my list. When I was making this, I was going through it with so many horses. It was so hard to put them in certain places. So, the horse I have on my list is Bristol. Bristol is part of the Premier collection, and he was made in 2018. I just love the coloring on this horse. I love jumping in like action models, so like he's just really like out of this world for me. He just has this like gorgeous, like almost buckskin palomino mix on an Tobiano paint markings. Like, I just love Bristol, but I cannot afford Bristol. There's a theme. But yeah, Bristol is really cool, but I probably won't add him to my collection. I do like that he has horseshoes. I think that's really cool. And I don't know how many were made of him just because he was part of the Premier Club, so he just has a standard price point, or quantity, I should say. I debated of putting this next horse higher, but I just couldn't justify it. Sally Ann, I can never say this word.
Salinero
mold, and he was made by Bridget El Brero. I'm really bad at names. The autism. Anyway, it's Rubicon, and I really like him because he's part of the Connoisseur series, and also he's just really pretty. And him and Sorry Not Sorry together is just like real magic. I couldn't find a price on him, but it's just vanished from thin air. I can't find him on model horse pages anywhere. I can't find him on like identify your value of your Breyer or whatever. No one knows how much he costs, so I don't know. And I couldn't figure it out because there's 350 of them made, but he's also part of the Connoisseur series, so I don't know how much he would go for. I'm assuming probably more than $500, but that also seems really high to me. But I don't know nowadays, so I couldn't find a price for him. But he is absolutely adorable, and if I find him at the Clarion, I really want him. I can't justify getting any horses on this mold purely because the little peg that goes in their feet breaks off. And unless you have a metal stand on that boy, which I would if I was paying this much money for a horse, they break off. And dressage horses, I think they look really cool, but without the stand, they don't stand up on their own. So, justify putting him higher on my list. So that's Rubicon. I have on my list is on the Othello/Winter Song mold again. And this horse was also made by Kathleen Moody. It's Heath. I really like Heath. I think he's cute. He's part of the Collectors Club this year, and his original price was $75. I haven't seen him going for anything more than $100. So, yeah, I probably would end up purchasing him at some point. But yeah, I really like Heath. This is part of the Cleveland Bay mold again, and also by Karen. And it is the rotating draft surprise horse. I love the rotating draft surprise. I have all but 2 of them. And then I can complete my whole conga. But right now I only have 2 of the 4. I need the gray Tobiano and I need the blue Decorator. I didn't put the blue Decorator on this list because he's alright. The gray Tobiano one I need to get next, and that will probably be my next major horse purchase. Just because he is within range of my price point. He goes for about $120 or $200. So right within that price range, I could justify it just because I have the rest of the conga already. And I really like him. I think he's really pretty. I like the Cleveland Bay mold so much. I know. How many times do I have to say it? I just love it. I think it's the best mold. Can't change my opinion. Actually, I don't know. Cleveland Bay and my number 1 pick might fight heads to heads. And he was a part of the Breyer Fest special runs. Obviously, he was this prize model, so. And he'll probably be next. The next horse I have on my list is Alborozo. I think every single Breyer model collector I've ever spoken to loves Alborozo. And the closest thing I will ever have to Alborozo is a freaking stablemate, bro. I can't get the actual horse itself because he sells for more than freaking $500, bro. He's so expensive. And the horse that I put on my list is the glossy variation because I really want the glossy variation of Alborozo. I'll never have it. I'll never have it. Because he goes for more than $500 for matte variation. Now the thing with this model is, originally, from what I understand, the mold was destroyed, and the original person for the celebration horse told Breyer that he didn't want anybody else to use the mold. I don't know what happened there because there are other Alborozos, and now there's mini Alborozos, and now there's big Alborozos, and there's all kinds of different Alborozos. Just to have him in my collection, I don't understand why he's so expensive because he's only a celebration model. But he is adorable, and I get it. I get it. I'll probably never have him, but I get it. In 2008, squinting, that's because I'm going blind. I can't see right in front of me, bro. I used to be able to see like right in front of me and I was perfectly fine. Now I can't see anything. Without my glasses, I am useless. Anyway, I'm gonna put my glasses back on. All right, the next horse I have on my list is part of the Bluegrass Bandit mold. Collaboration mold between Kathleen Moody and Summer Posier, and it is Milky Way. I really want Milky Way in my collection, but this horse goes for more than $500. So yeah, she was part of the Celestial web special, the Celestial series. So like Breyer does web specials every once in a while where they do like a theme, and she was part of that, the Celestial series, back in 2015. So yeah, there's 350 of her made, and she's really pretty. She's got like this nice chocolatey color to her, and she's like just really cute. I love her. But again, another horse that I won't have in my collection because it's too expensive. The next horse I have in my collection, or want to have in my collection, I should say, is on the Ethereal mold, and he's also by Kathleen Moody. Yeah. Ethereal Fire. I love the ethereal molds, and I love the ethereal like concept because I have the elements horses and I want all 4. I don't have any of them, but I want all 4. But I want the fire version, and I want him in glossy. I want him in glossy. So how much would a glossy variation of Ethereal Fire cost, you might ask? I'm so glad you asked because there's only 8 of them made, and it would be over $2,000. Yeah. So Breyer Fest and Breyer West had a prize model, both at 4 of them each, and so that means there's a total of 8 of this horse. I love Fire because he really does show like the elements really well, especially Fire. This Appaloosa is like got amazing mapping on it, first of all. Second of all, I really love his hooves. His hooves are really, really pretty. And I think the mold is perfect for Fire. I mean, like the wild feeling of Fire. It's just really cool. And I will have him in my collection someday. I'm manifesting it now. Breyer Gods, you will give me the Ethereal Fire mold on matte or glossy, but mostly matte because I can't afford a glossy. And please, 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 can I have him in my collection? Thank you, Breyer God. Yeah, I really love him. I want all four, but Fire is my first guy. I'm probably gonna have him first. And the Esprit mold, and it is Esprit, just like in a glossy variation. And there was only 33 of him made. He was a volunteer model for Breyer West. And I've only been to Breyer Fest. I have not been to Breyer West. I might go someday, but yeah, it's pretty far out there. In 2010, I have a special love for this model as well. And so yeah, I just love him. And then the next horse on my list, oh, by the way, he would not go for more than $3,000 either, just because there's so much demand for that model. I think everybody loves the Esprit mold, and if you can get a glossy variation of him, oh yeah, variation in my collection. Next horse on my list, which is, okay, the next horse is Bluegrass Bandit. Bluegrass Bandit, but make her glossy, and I'm obsessed! I love Bluegrass Bandit. I don't even have the normal version in my collection, but if I had a glossy Bluegrass Bandit, which there's only 5 of them made, yes. She was part of the Breyer Fest live show / silent auction, and again, there was only 5 of them made, and I don't even have how much she went for on the silent auction, but for less than like $8,000 or $9,000, just because there's so little of her. Yeah, I'll have the next horse on my list, which is Faded Love. Oh my God, I love Faded Love so much. I think I would justify spending a really obscene amount of money on this horse because he's absolutely gorgeous. Have you seen this horse? There's 96 of him made, and he was listed originally as $195. So yeah, I'd be spending some money on this horse because he was part of the Spokes and Spurs collection this year, and I would love to go to Spokes and Spurs, but I'll probably never be invited to that. But who's ready for my top pick? And I think once I tell you who it is, you're gonna be like, yeah. If you watch my other videos, you'll know why. And if you know me in person, you probably know why. Matthew, hint, hint, I want this for my birthday. Yeah, he would get extra brownie points. Matthew is my long distance boyfriend. He's adorable. He got his first Breyer this year. I'm so proud of him. So, I love him. Anyway, who's ready for my top pick? Because I am. Because I'm totally getting this horse in my collection, and I don't care how much he costs. I'm saying it out into the universe. I don't care how much this horse costs. I want it in my goddamn collection. Okay. The mold type is the Lippensonner Stallion mold. And he's by Heather Puleo. I'm sorry, I butcher names. It's Adonis! Yeah! I really want Adonis so bad. Oh my God. I'm gonna fight someone until I get this horse. I swear to God. If I ever find an Adonis, I went to the Clarion at Breyer Fest this year. Taking off my glasses, we're gonna get serious now. I went to the Clarion and someone was gonna sell me this horse for $200. That's not bad at all. She literally had just taken him out of his bag and everything. It was brand new. And I passed it up. Do you want to know why? Because I didn't have $200 to spend on Adonis, and I'm so sad about it. He's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. And I really want him in my, I will die on this hill until I get Adonis, because there's something about rearing molds that just really just make me want to eat them up. But I'm not a fan of the silver mold. That's the thing. They redid the silver mold in a better mold, and I just am obsessed. I love that he's happy. I love his mold. I love everything about him. I love that he was part of the premier collection, and I can't see him going for anything other than $275. So I cannot believe that I really passed up a $200 Adonis. But I did, because I didn't have the money at the time, and I'm really sad about it. I'm really, really sad about it. A moment of silence for that Adonis that I didn't pick up. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was really, really fun to make this video, actually. I love talking about Breyer horses, and this was only traditional models. I didn't do stablemates, and I didn't do classics, so maybe I'll do those later in a different video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, and if you want, you can subscribe. I make videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. See you Saturday. Bye!